On May 23rd, 2020, I made a public declaration that I was going to spend the next year focusing on creative projects and putting them on the internet. I did this because I felt creatively unfulfilled. I was bored during lockdown, and for years I'd had a bunch of ideas running around in my head which I'd never taken the time to actually execute on. So I figured, what the hell, let's do this. I called it A Year of Bad Art, or AYOBA for short. And I did this for a couple of reasons. Firstly, because I tend to be a perfectionist, and secondly, because putting anything on the internet terrifies me, and calling it bad in advance felt sort of protective. So this is me, the year now being over, just reviewing how it went. So in total, I published 34 videos on YouTube, including a few extra short bits on Instagram here and there. Those videos included sketches, time travel comedy, vlogs, video essays, an anime opening of my life, and some other stuff. And with each of those videos I wrote a blog post. Some were really long and detailed, talking about the subject in like a different way, others were just a sort of behind the scenes. I wrote one long essay on dating, and I made some TikToks as well towards the end, but we'll talk more about that in a moment. In the sense that it actually got me making things, AYOBA was a huge success. Compared to previous years, my output was prolific. Some of the videos I do look back on now and I cringe a little bit because I didn't understand what lighting was or anything like that. But overall, I'm fairly proud of what I made, even though it's not the greatest. And sometimes I was even early on a trend, and I saw much bigger YouTubers make videos about similar topics a couple of weeks after I did, and so that kind of felt good. Being 100% honest though, I didn't entirely stick with this theme. There are lots of things I made that I never put onto the internet, even if I finished them entirely. Certainly for every script that I wrote for a video, there's at least one which either never got finished or got finished and I just didn't film. And there are even several videos, some of which I reshot and re-edited in their entirety, which I just never published because I just still hated them. Despite the fact that only really my friends and acquaintances were paying attention to what I was doing, it still gave me huge anxiety posting. And when my videos got a tiny bit of traction on Reddit, I would be sort of nervously sweating thinking, oh god, someone's gonna hate me. And hilariously, in the very last week of this experiment, I was making some TikTok videos every couple of days, and I made one on clocks, and one went viral, and around 400,000 people have seen it now. And then I made some more, and in the last week or so I've had over 1 million views on that platform, which is kind of crazy. And of course the video that went viral is a video that I spent about 5 minutes on and just shot on my phone in one take. As is the way, I suppose. And the video was about science, which is something that I really love, but I didn't think anyone was really interested in. So, you know, classic. So what now? Obviously, I'm going to continue doing stuff. This year has been great. It's been incredibly fun. I'm still going to play around with different things. I think I'll keep making science videos on TikTok for as long as there's interest, because, I mean, I enjoy doing it. I'm definitely going to write more. In fact, in the last few months, I've really been prioritizing writing, because I sort of realized that I enjoy writing a little bit more than I do filmmaking. Don't get me wrong, I love making videos, but the thing I'm most proud of that I did in this last year was really that essay on dating, as silly as it was. So the plans for me is I'm going to try and finish a collection of essays and a fiction story, one of which may turn into a book one day. We'll see. I'm just going to keep putting the hours in and hope for the best. As for what the theme of the next year is going to be, I'm not sure. I think it might be something as plain as practice or routine, because what really gave me stability towards the end was just having set hours where I do stuff, schedule it in, and that way I wouldn't have to worry about it. And you know, if I make stuff in that time, great. If I don't, that's okay too. So all in all, if you're in a creative rut, or you feel like you have a bunch of ideas and you really want to make them, I'd highly recommend declaring publicly to your friends and acquaintances that you're going to be doing bad art for a year, or your own equivalent. It's definitely worked for me. I now have a creative habit of making stuff. It's really fun, and my life is better than it was a year ago. So yeah, that was a year of bad art. Maybe in this next year I might make something good. We'll see.